So hi all, welcome back to Ego, the skill provider. In the previous week, we discussed a lot about passive and active, and I have given you a lot of situations where exactly you can use active and where exactly you can passive. I think that part is over. Right now, this is a new, session for you guys. This is a new week, and in this particular week, I am going to give you some expressions that is going to improve your communication skills. So there are so many useful expressions are there. So whenever I say expression, it is a group of words. Okay, expression means group of words, and these group words are called expressions. And these expressions comes under vocabulary, and vocabulary is very important for you. Without vocabulary, you cannot speak English. And if you'll ask me, sir, what's the difference between you and me? That's only difference. Most of the people know what is tense and time, but the problem is that you don't have that much of vocabulary in your kitty. So that's why you are not able to speak. Once you know a lot of look, whenever I try to speak, I don't struggle. You know why? Because there's so many vocabs I know. I know a lot of vocabulary, and that's why I'm able to speak. If one vocabulary is not coming to my mind, the second vocabulary comes automatically. But for you, suppose you know a single things, suppose a single word. If that is not coming at a particular time, then your mind goes blank. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ସିଚୁଏସନ ର ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଭୋକାବୁଲାରୀ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି, and that's the problem. ତ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଯେ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ସିଚୁଏସନ ର ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ଦିଟା ଜାଣିଥାନ୍ତୁ. ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ନ ମନେ ପଡୁଛି, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ ଏକ୍ସାମ ଦେବା ସମୟରେ ଆପଣ ଅର ରେ ଅଛି, ଏଇଟା କର ସେଇଟା କର, ତ ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆସୁଛି ଆପଣ କରିଦଉଛନ୍ତି. ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ପଢୁଥାନ୍ତା ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ଆସୁନଥାନ୍ତା, ଦେନ୍ obviously your mark could have been down. ତ ସେମିତି ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଇଂଲିଶ କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଟା ବୁଝୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ? ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଟା ହଉଛି ଆପଣ ଟେନ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଟାଇମ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅଦର ଥିଙ୍ଗସ ୟୁ ନୋ ଭେରି ୱେଲ. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ନାହିଁ, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ରହୁଛି ଭୋକାବୁଲାରୀ ଉପରେ. ଭୋକାବୁଲାରୀ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ, ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ ଦିନରେ ହୁଏନି. ଇଟ ଟେକ୍ସ 15 ଲଙ୍ଗ ଇୟର୍ସ, ବିଲିଭ ମି. So if you are trying to dedicatedly work, at least it will take 3 to 4 to 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and it is a constant process. ମୁଁ ଆପଣ ଯଦି କହିବେ ମୁଁ ଭୋକାବୁଲାରୀ ଜାଣିଛି, I always want to say sorry for that, because you are living in a fool's paradise. So nobody has no, even my vocabulary knowledge is very limited. I know a little bit. It's just like a sea, ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭଳିଆ ଜିନିଷଟା. ତ vocabulary is very important. ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ vocabulary class କରୁଛନ୍ତି, please pay utmost attention. Time and tense ଗୋଟେ ଥର ପଢିଲେ ମନେ ରହିଯିବ. କିନ୍ତୁ vocabulary ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ, କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ କଣ ଲଗେଇବି, that is called vocabulary. ଓକେ, ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟିଆ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦେବି. ଆଜି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା, ସେ ପଳେଇଗଲା, ଡ୍ରାଇଭରଟା ଦୁର୍ଘଟଣା କରିକି ପଳେଇଗଲା. ତ ପଳେଇଗଲା ମାନେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ଗୋଟେ ଆସିବ ଗୋ, ରଙ୍ଗ, that is the actual word is flee. ସେ ଜାଗା ଛାଡି ସାରିଲାଣି, he left. ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକ ଭଲରେ କି ଖରାପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗା ଛାଡିବାକୁ ଲେଫ୍ଟ କୁହାଯାଏ. କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକଟେ ମାନେ ତରବର ଭାବରେ ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗା ଛାଡିକି, କିଛି ଭୁଲ କାମ କରିଛି, that is called flee. ତ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି vocabulary. କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ କଣ ଲାଗିବ, that is called SBL technique. ମୁଁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଛି. ତ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଇମ୍ପ୍ରୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବାର ଅଛି ସ୍ପୋକନ ଇଂଲିଶ, ତାହେଲେ you are supposed to know a lot of vocabulary. So these classes are very important. Please pay utmost attention to this class. Okay, so we are going to learn some useful vocabulary. Useful expression. I request everybody to mute their mic, please. We are going to learn some useful expression. And whenever I say useful expression, at least you can use it on your daily basis. Every day you are using it. Okay, the first expression, gone are the days. Gone are the days. Look, this is a very useful expression, and you guys have been using it for quite some time. Unknowingly or knowingly, I don't know, but you have been using it for quite some time. ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ସିଚୁଏସନ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରୁଛି, ଆପଣ ଆରାମସେ ବୁଝିପାରିବେ. ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ କୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ଅତୀତ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଦେଖନ୍ତି, ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ गोटे छोटिया एग्जांपल दबा लाइक एबे गर्ल्स मान को बहुत माने एजुकेशन पाई सुविधा मिलुची आगुरु गर्ल्स मान पे एते सुविधा नथिला तो आपण कोन कहंती आम समय रे एटा नथिला से जुग पळेई गलानी आपण एते कहउछंती से समय पळेई गलानी आपण ट्रांसलेशन करबा दरकार नाही एक्सप्रेशन यूज कर देबे सेटा हे जिवो आपण जेतोळे सांग मानक सहित बसी कथार्ता होउछंती आपण आम समय रे मोबाइल एते व्यवहार हो नथिला एबे देखो छोट पिला माने मते मोबाइल व्यवहार करछंती आपण एमती कहउछंती तो ताकू इंग्लिश रे केंदे एक्सप्रेस करिवे तापर आपण गोटे अतीतर गोटे कथाटा को प्रेजेंट कथा सहित मैच करिकी गोटे स्टेटमेंट दउछंती आ आपण बारंबार कहउछंती आम समय एमती नथिला पिला दिन कथा जेले मन पडुची आपण टे नॉस्टैल्जिक हे जाउछंती इमोशनल हे जाउछंती आ कहउछंती हां एमती आउ से समय अछि एठी हम आसी खेलुथिलु आ एबे से बिल्डिंग हे गलानी तो से समय पळेई गलानी ता माने सबु स्टेटमेंट रे आपण गोटे वर्ड व्यवहार करछंती दैट इज द टाइम हैज ऑलरेडी बीन पास्ट तो सेही सिचुएशन टाको आपण केमती व्यवहार करिवे दीज आर द थिंग्स लेट मी गिव एन एग्जांपल गॉन आर द डेज gone are the days when girls are girls were sorry girls were not allowed to go for higher study एमती गोटे दिन अतिवाहित हो जाइछि बा एमती गोटे दिन से दिन थिला जोठे कि गर्ल्स मान को अलाउ करा जाउ नथिला you can say gone are the days like we could play football here and there but right now though playground ଆଉ ନାହିଁ ତ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଅତୀତ କଥାଟାକୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପରିସ୍ଥିତି ସହିତ like gone are the days when we did not have mobile phone but right now look at everybody has mobile phones so like that ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଅତୀତର ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତର ଜିନିଷ I mean ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ସହିତ ଗୋଟେ ତୁଳନା କରିକି ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟେଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଓଡିଆରେ ଆପଣ ମୁଁ କହିଛି ନା ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ ମୋଷ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଦ ଟାଇମ ପ୍ୟାସିଭ ୟୁଜ କରୁଥିଲେ ଓଡିଆରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଜଣା ନାହିଁ ଯେ କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ ୟୁଜ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ ହଁ ଏଟା ହେଇଯିବ ଯେମିତି ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଏଟା ପ୍ୟାସିଭ ରେ ଆପଣ ଓଡିଆରେ କହନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ହଁ ଆଇ ୱିଲ୍ ଡୁ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ୱାର୍କ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ସ ରଙ୍ଗ ଯେମିତି ତ ସେମିତି ଅନେକ ଜିନିଷ ଅନେକ ସିଚୁଏସନ ରେ ଇଟ୍ସ ଅଲ୍ अबाउट वी आर अप्लाइंग SBL सिचुएशन SBL सिचुएशन बेस्ड लर्निंग को सिचुएशन आपण व्यवहार करिवे so this is the situation whenever you are trying to compare your past with the present things गोटे पर्टिकुलर जिंस नियंतु फॉर एग्जांपल टेक द टीवी रे आपण कोन देखुथिले ना इट वाज ए ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट टीवी कोनार्क रो पूरा बड़ पोर्टेबल टीवी थिला एंड देयर वाज ए गोटे परदा पडिथिला तो आपण कोन कहउछंती आउ से समय अछि बर्तन फ्लैट टेलीविजन आसी गलानी नुआ टेक्नोलॉजी टेलीविजन आसिले गॉन आर द डेज व्हेन the TVs were just like bulky but these days you can very slim TVs are coming like that तो तमाने आपण कहिया को चाहू समय पळेई गलानी से समय आउ नाही एमती गोटे दिन एमती गोटे समय थिला जो समय रे कि आमे आसिके खेलुथिलु the gone are the days when we would play cricket here but right now there's a big apartment has been constructed here so like that so this is something called gone are the days when girls were that means lost past tense you have to use because we are referring this is used for past tense only because you are talking about the past here so that's why it is always past tense now this is clear to everybody clear if you don't understand tell me
yes sir
clear everybody Badal sir
हाँ sir
Govind sir Manas sir Mandakini ma'am everybody please clear okay fine. If it is clear let me give you the second example okay not second example second expression is called needless to say these are all powerful expression my friends ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ मु प्रति क्लास रे मु आपन कहूची आपन ट्रांसलेशन करंतनी ट्रांसलेशन कले इंग्लिश जो फ्लेवर सेटा नष्ट हो जाउची माने आपन को विषय बुझेलानी मु गोटे छोटिया एग्जांपल देबी राइट नाउ समर हैज सेट इन आपन देखुचंदी समर आसी जाईची एटा होची मैंगोर सीजन माने आंबो बेसी मिले आपन जानछन आपन के एरिया भी थिबो एवरीवेयर माने आंबर ऋतु एटा कुआ जाए तो आपन किछि समय पर देखिबे बहुत आंब आपन पाइबे तो से आंबटा को जतला आपन सद्य भाबे खांती तो तार जो फ्लेवर पाइबे ताकू गोटे आपन कोल्ड स्टोरेज रे रखी 5 मास पर खाइले तार फ्लेवर न थाए आपन जानछंती मे बी इट इज टेस्टी बट तार जो आंबर जो एक्चुअल फ्लेवर सेमती पाइबे एग्जैक्टली सेम थिंग इंग्लिश टा जदी आपन एक्सप्रेशन यूज करिवे देन यू विल गेट द इंग्लिश फ्लेवर किंतु जदी आपन ताको ट्रांसलेशन करिवे से फ्लेवर रहिबन गोटे इंग्लिश रो चार्म जोटा अछि सेटा रहेनी तो सेति पई मु आपन को आपन ट्रांसलेशन करके इंग्लिश कहतु प्लीज ट्रांसलेशन रिक्वायर्ड बहुत जगह ट्रांसलेशन दरकार होची बट हियर इट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड सब जगह हम पाखरे छुरीटे अछि वी हैव ए नाइफ तो दैट इज फॉर कटिंग वेजिटेबल्स और चॉपिंग वेजिटेबल्स किंतु आपन कहबे जे मो घरे छुरी अछि माने आई कैन किल एनीबॉडी दैट इज नॉट प्रॉपर दैट इज नॉट फेयर exactly same things translation jodi apun jani chanti that is good for some other way that is for written english but for spoken english don't use translation and that's why due to this process we are not able to speak english okay so needless to say dekhantu eta ko situation ra apun कहउछन देखन what is the situation let me tell you apun jani chanti गोटे ओडिया रो वर्ड अछि कहिबा बाहुल्य जो माने साहित्य होउछंती बा केतळ आपण साहित्य पर चर्चा करंती कहिबा बाहुल्य से जने भलो लोक थिले तो कहिबा बाहुल्य माने कोन लेट मी यू नो लेमन्स लैंग्वेज रे मु बुझे दोछि फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक यू नो you can understand me I'm happy right now if you look at my you know face and other things you can say I'm happy मोर किछि प्रॉब्लम नै तो मते पचरिबे लाइक नो जय सर पचरे सर आपण खुशी अछंती ना दुखी अछंती मु कहबे एटा कोन कहिबा पई पड़िबो एटा कोन कहिबा दरकार तो ता माने टा कोन needless to say it is obvious गोटे जिनसटा from the actual region you can easily understand it is obvious it is expected it is not surprising okay it is expected or not surprising tell set के mute कर दियंतु please not surprising something called obvious or obviously okay so needless to say meaning है it is expected it is it is not surprising it is obviously so like you know suppose I can say like Mahatma Gandhi did a wonderful job for our country he is considered the father of the nation a lot of things he has gone to he has been to London to take you know a degree in law and all the things आपण पढिछन तांको विषय रे he went to South Africa also so needless to say he was a good person त माने एते जिंस बुझिया परे आमे कहू needless to say he is a good person तो जदि मान कर मु आपण पचारि सर हाउ वाज द क्लास आपण जदि कहबे the class was good it is a normal statement needless to say the class was good त माने सर एटा कहिबा कोन दरकार आपण कहू नांती एटा कोन कहिबा दरकार एटा जणा पडुची तो सेही समय आपण जदि ओडिया एमती कहउछंती exactly that in that particular situation you can use needless to say so needless to say that like मु कहबो अंबानी का कथा अंबानी जे करोड़पति is you know Antalya and all the things आपण जानचंती is the owner of Jio and all the things so in that particular situation needless to say he lives a very luxurious life एटा obvious कथा से गोटे luxurious life माने बंचुचंती तो needless to say माने एटा कहिबा दरकार नै आपण गोटे पिला को रागी कहनांती हां तू आ कहिबा दरकार नै तू केते भद्र मु जानि कहिबा दरकार नै needless to say you are one of the bad guy so needless to say is very powerful and you are using in odia किंतु जतला आपण इंग्लिश कहउचंती you are looking for, like, how can I do the translation? Not required. Translation is not required. What is required? You have to use appropriately. Some expressions are there to represent that particular situation. Okay. So you can say, needless to say, that Ambani leads a very luxurious life. So it is expected, not surprising. It's not surprising. It is not surprising. It is surprising. Are obviously tar money achi, then he will lead a very luxurious life. So that is something. Needless to say, like my father is a good person. Obviously, the apana bapangu bhal koibe. Needless to say, our India is the great for us. Obvious kotha. Bharat mata amma pai mohana. Needless to say, like my village is the most beautiful village for me. Obviously, more village, more pai beautiful. Ethre bhabibar kich nahi. So like that. So whenever you are, ଆପଣ ଏମିତି କୁହନ୍ତି, ଏଟା କହିବା ବାହୁଲ୍ୟ, ଏଟା କହିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ସମୟରେ କୁହନ୍ତି, that is something called needless to say. Now this is clear to everybody? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take a screenshot. I am going to erase it. Take a screenshot. Okay. The next one. This is the let me give you the third one. The third one is very interesting. Okay. Something called in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. I have made a video on this, something called blink. This is called blink. Whenever you open and close both your eyes simultaneously, that is called blink. Look at my action. Just look at me. What exactly I'm doing? I'm blinking. Both eyes I'm trying to put. Most oculists, eye surgeon, they always advise do like this, so that it is a kind of exercise. Okay. So this is called in the blink of an eye. The blink, देखो आखि पता पकेला समय तो आपण एटा यूज करंती मु कहबी आपण गोटे ओडिया वर्ड यूज करंती आखि पिछुला के माने कोन तो माने आखि माने पत्ता पके के उठेला बेलू जो काम होइता दैट इज कॉल्ड आखि पिछुला के ए कामटा आखि पिछुला के हेगला मोटे छिडा हे आखि पिछुला के से नै की पळेला लाइक दैट आपण ओडिया रे गोटे वर्ड व्यवहार करचंती किंतु वेरी सैडली आमे तार लुकिंग वी आर लुकिंग फॉर ट्रांसलेशन no need of translation. This is the things in the blink of an eye. That means आखे पिछुला के माने very quickly. That means very quickly. Our meaning टा होची very quickly. जो कामटा जल्दी हे जाए माने आखे पत्ता खोली नथिबे हे जाइथिबो. Like suppose you are driving and you can find it out all of a sudden in the blink of an eye one accident happened. आपण कोन कहंती हम जस्ट आखि के खोलिला बेलू हे जाइछि आपण देखुथिबे like a lot of thing happens like that and we guys use like this. So this is called in the blink of an eye. The meaning hochi very quickly. When something happens very quickly, that is called it happens in the blink of an eye. Let me give an example. When the police vehicle came, the thief fled in the blink of an eye. এটা ওটা fled লিখিছি, এটা হচ্ছে past tense. This is a past tense. Let me give you the present tense. Flee, fled, fled. This is called flee. V1, this is V2, and this is V3. Okay, every verb has three forms. Go, went, gone. Do, did, done. Eat, ate, eaten. Write, wrote, written. Just like flee, fled, fled. So flee mane run, run away. ଗୋଟେ ଦୁର୍ଘଟଣା ଯେତେବେଳେ ବନେଇକି ଆପଣ ଲୁଚିକି ପଳେଇ ଯାଆନ୍ତି, flee, if flee, fled that place. So like that, the police vehicle came. When the police vehicle came, the thief fled in the blink of an eye. ଆଖି ବନ୍ଦ କରିକୁ ଖୋଲିଲା ବେଳକୁ ସେ ପଳେଇ ଗଲାଣି. Like that you say. You can say a lot of example. ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି chain snatchers, snatchers, snatch. What is snatch? SNATCH. That is called snatch. Snatch ମାନେ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଥିବେ ଯୋଉ ଚେନ୍ ସ୍ନାଚର ସେମାନେ ଏମିତି ଟାଣି ନିଅନ୍ତି, ଛିଡେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତି, ରାଇଟ୍? ସ୍ନାଚିଂ, ଏମିତି ଆପଣ ପିନ୍ଧିଥିବେ ନେକଲେସ୍, that happens everywhere. Those who are thief, they will come and they will take it. ଆପଣ କିଛି ରିଅଲାଇଜ କରିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ସେ ନେଇକି ପଳେଇବ. You can say the chain snatcher or the thief snatched my gold, I mean ornament, in the blink of an eye, very quickly, before I can realize. A lot of thing happens. So that is something called in the blink of an eye. That means very quickly. You can give countless examples that you do in the blink of an eye. This is like that. In the meantime, a lot of thing happens. Accident, some things, fire, all the things, all kind of thing happens in the blink of an eye. Okay, ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଖି ପିଛୁଳାକେ. That means you just put your eyelid and open. You close your eye and open it. This is called blink. तो गोटे ब्लिंक भितर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आपण देखिबे आपनकर जो ट्यूब लाइट ब्लिंकिंग करूची, ब्लिंकिंग, दिस इज कॉल्ड ब्लिंकिंग. आपण सुनिथिबे गोटे वर्ड, व्हाट हैपेंस हियर, इट इज ब्लिंकिंग. सो धबधब होबा, लाइक दैट. द ट्यूब लाइट आपण देखिथिबे धबधब धबधब होतिबो, राइट? दैट इज समथिंग कॉल्ड ब्लिंक, BLINK, blink. Also you can use like your eye. This is called blink. What exactly I'm doing? I'm blinking my eye, blinking. This is called blinking. Okay, so understood everybody? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next one, fourth. Okay, the next one is called the bottom lineage. What is bottom line? Look, this is a very powerful expression. The bottom line is that whenever you are trying to identify or stress the very important point in a discussion. Suppose we are discussing something. तो आमे गोटे डिस्कशन करिया भितरे we are finding there are a lot of things to discuss. Suppose आमे गोटे spoken English विषय डिस्कशन करूचे, तो अपन मते कहि सर you tell something about spoken English. So I was speaking about spoken English, or I was describing what about like a lot of things about spoken English. तो spoken English भितरे तार गोटे important point थिबो, से important point को आमे कहि the bottom line is that. जेमति मु कहबी the bottom line is that you have to practice a lot to speak English. So the bottom line is that suppose आमे गोटे discussion कले like आमे काली पिकनिक जिबा, कोठी की जिबा डिस्कशन हला आ मु बारंबार आपन कहली लाइक आपन 6 टा बेलू रेडी हेकि थिबे, बारंबार समस्त कहली. दैट इज द मेन पॉइंट. इफ आई वांट टू मेक द बॉटम लाइन इज दैट गाइस, द बॉटम लाइन इज दैट you all have to come to the station or a particular place at 6 o'clock. So what do you mean by the bottom line is? Bottom line means it is the very important point that you can say that you are going to discuss or very important point in a discussion. Okay, So you can say the most important point, the most important point in a discussion. Let me give an example so we can easily understand. Okay, suppose I can say like the bottom line is that the bottom line is that we have to practice a lot to speak English. This is something called the bottom line. Do you understand what do you mean by bottom line? So whenever I say bottom line, I mean to say this is the bottom line. The very important point is that we have to practice a lot to speak English. Look, you can attend n number of class. You can change many institute. You can take 5 or 6 coachings. It doesn't have any value unless until you practice for yourself. So this is called practice. Important point is practice. If I'm able to speak today a lot, because I did a lot of practices, or I have completed a lot of practices, live practices I have done a lot, and you are attending every day. You become very punctual. You are writing everything in your notebooks, but you are not practicing. You are not giving time to this fellow. So obviously, spoken English is not your cup of tea. Okay, so you can say the the most important point, the very important point in a discussion. So you can use it in different ways. Suppose ଆପଣ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ like ଆଜି ଆଜି ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ fasting କରିବା. So ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ମାନସିକତା ଅଛି ବା ମାନସିକ ଅଛି. You can say the bottom line is that we'll go for fasting today. So like that. So ଗୋଟେ particular discussion ରେ ଯୋଉଟା very important point ସେଇଟାକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ highlight କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, so the bottom line is that means you want to highlight it. ଆପଣ ଦେଖୁଥିବେ highlighter ବ୍ୟବହାର କରାଯାଏ. So whenever you put it, that means you want to highlight it. ଆମ ସମୟରେ highlighter ନଥିଲା, ଆମେ କଣ କରୁଥିଲେ underline କରୁଥିଲେ. ଗୋଟେ particular ଆମେ history geography ପଢିଲା ସମୟରେ ଆମ teachers ମାନେ କଣ କହୁଥିଲେ underline କର. Underline ମାନେ କଣ? You are trying to highlight it. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ underline ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ, lot of highlighters are available in the market. Whenever you want to write, just put a mark over it. It will be highlighted. So this is something called the bottom line is just like act as a highlighter. That means you want to highlight that particular point. Okay, the bottom line is, guys, the bottom line is that you all have to attend the class tomorrow because it's very interesting. Like that I can say. The bottom line is that you guys has to call me by 5 o'clock. That's very important. That means ସେଇଟା very important ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ତାକୁ highlight କରୁଛି. So that is called the bottom line. Now this is clear to everybody? Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Take a screenshot. I'm going to the 5th one. Okay. The next one. Okay. The 5th one I would like to write for you. That is something called contrary to the perception. Contrary to the perception. Perception money, that is something called belief, popular belief. Here belief money kono vishwas ethi no, ethi dharana. Suppose let me give an example. If I'll ask you, how many of you have mingled with Salman Khan? ଆପଣ କହିବେ ସାର୍ କେହି ବି ଜଣେ ଆମେ ମିଶିନୁ ତା ସହିତ, କିନ୍ତୁ ତା ବିଷୟରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ଗୋଟେ ଧାରଣା ଥିବ. Forget about film stars, we are talking about cricket stars. So most of people like are very much interested for this cricket. तो आपण तेंदुलकर सहित केतन मिसछंती आपण कभी नोबडी इज सच ए पावरफुल गाय एंड यू कैन नॉट गो एंड मीट हिम एट मुंबई बट ता विषय आपण धारणा निश्चय थिबो इज ए वेरी डिसेंट प्लेयर आउ सी समस्त गाइड करंती आपण जानिले केमती बिकॉज यू रीड ए लॉट अबाउट हिम बा ताठो सुनिछंती तांको विषय रे सांगठो हो किबा गोटे पत्रिका रे पढिछंती बा एनी मैगजीन्स यू हैव गॉन थ्रू अर्लियर सो ऑब्वियसली लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैव बीन डिस्क्राइब तो सेटा पढ़ी पढ़ी क्या आपण गोटे धारणा आसी दैट इज कॉल्ड परसेप्शन तो आपण मते देखि नाहंती पर्सनली आप सहित मो सहित मीट करना बट यू आर यू नो वाचिंग मी एवरी डे आई कम्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइव ऑन एवरी डे एक्सेप्ट वीकेंड्स सो आपणकर मनरे मो प्रति गोटे निश्चय धारणा थिबो सेमती आपणकर कार्यकलाप पई मो मनरे गोटे धारणा थिबो सो धारणा माने आपण का सहित न देखि जस्ट ए गोटे रफ आइडिया perception means it is just like an rough idea okay it's just like rough idea about a person that's called perception if I'll ask you hey what's your perception about me then you can give your perception if I like ask what is your perception about this guy so obviously even you don't have the time or you don't have the luxury or you have never mingled with that guy but you know a lot if I'll say what about Pakistan players देखिए आपन माइंड रे खराब धारणा आसीबो ए दे आर वेरी बैड गाय केम दिला परसेप्शन जस्ट लाइक आपन मु जदी कहबी लाइक व्हाट अबाउट अफरीदी आई सर वेरी बैड गाय सो आपन केम दी जानले हाउ डू यू नो आपन ता सहित मिसचंती नो आपन तार कार्यकलाप ऑब्वियसली यू माइट हैव फाइंड इन न्यूज़पेपर एंड एवरीवेयर सो आपन गोटे धारणा आसी okay he's such a very bad guy he always gives some negative remarks about the games about India and all the things so like that so that is called perception or rough idea okay so contrary to the perception means contrary means negative contrary means negative जदि perception टा positive अछि ताले एटा negative हे जिवो जदि एटा whatever the thing suppose let me tell you I suppose Hari let me give an Hari is a good guy this is the perception आपण हरि को केमी जानले you know that Hari को आपण जानले because he is Hari is a good guy so Hari is a good guy means how do you know that Hari is good because you don't know about Hari you have a perception okay but mu आपन को कहबी I am going to tell you that contrary to the perception contrary to the perception what is the perception good guy Hari is bad are you getting my point this is the perception here is Hari is a good guy तो perception लोकंक मन रे किंतु आपण मिसछंती आपण ओडिया रे केमती कहंती आपण ताकू जहा भाबुछन से नुहे से बहुत खराब आपण जहा भाबुछंती से नुहे तो ताकू इंग्लिश रे केमती कहिबे contrary to the perception is not a good guy किंतु आपण से समय ट्रांसलेशन केमती से नुहे नुहे माने सारे कोन is not he is not like that आपण बहुत गुडे ट्रांसलेशन करि पकांती ट्रांसलेशन नॉट रिक्वायर्ड मन सिचुएशन क्रिएट करछि सर ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड आपण इंग्लिश कहिबार जदि अछि एई भली वे रे कहंतु ट्रांसलेशन इज यू आर लूजिंग फ्लेवर दैट्स फॉर श्योर ओके तो आपण जतला गोटे लोकर से कथार्ता फॉर एग्जांपल जय सर मोर कथार्ता होछु बादल सर को विषय तो हमें केमती कथार्ता हो लाइक मत जय सर कह सर आपण बादल बाबू को विषय जहाँ भावुं से नुहति से बहुत भल लोक आपण खराब भावुं बट से बहुत भल लोक कंट्रारी टू द परसेप्शन बादल सर इज गुड परसेप्शन अच्छी बैड मो माइंड रे गोटे रही जाइछि बैड बोली किंतु एक्चुअली मते जने चाहूची चेंज करिया पई बा ताको नेगेट करिया पई तो यू कैन यूज कंट्रारी टू द परसेप्शन अच्छा मु कहबी जे अमेरिका अमेरिका में कोन कहूचे बहुत धनीशील देश से भिकारी नथिबे परंतु बादल सर इज ए सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर and he got a chance to work in the United States of America तो अमेरिका रु फेरिले आमे पचारिया बादल सर आउ अमेरिका बहुत धनी सेटे तो माने गरीब जमा नथिबे आ भिखारी तो नथिबे से कहबे किए कहला आपण कोन जानछंती अमेरिका विषय आई वाज देयर फॉर 5 years contrary to the perception America also in America also there are a lot of beggars आमे समस्त जानछे बेगार नाही किंतु से बेगार अछि बोली कहिबे केमती contrary to the perception or contrary to the popular belief that they have beggar so like that so for each and every situation आपण ओडिया रे एमती कहउछंती आपण जहा भाबुछन से नुहे आपण ता विषय जहा जानिछंती से नुहे contrary to the perception that means आपण जहा जानिछंती contrary to the perception say he is a bad guy he is a good guy all the things now this is clear to everybody yes or no clear
Yes, sir.
okay everybody
Yes, sir.
okay
Yes, sir.
okay right now let me give you the sixth one are you enjoying this is something called spoken english आपण spoken english जो कहउछंती तो मु बारंबार कहउची spoken english is an art and you be the artist if spoken english is the art be the artist ता माने कोन ताको सिखंतु एटा गोटे कला जेमति आपण ड्राइंग देखिबे आमे गोटे हाथी जते चित्र कला हम कष्ट होउची जो माने आर्टिस्ट से माने आपण के एते सहज रे सिखै देबे एमति गोटे गोल करो एमति करो बस 2 सेकंड रे ही जाउची आपण देखिथिबे लॉट ऑफ वीडियोज आर अवेलेबल ऑन यूट्यूब तो दिस इज कॉल्ड ट्रिक्स आमे भाबुतिले ड्राइंग ओ माय गॉड ड्राइंग इज समथिंग वेरी डिफिकल्ट किंतु एबे समान ट्रिक्स माध्यम रे आपण आराम से कर दोउची हां इट्स वेरी इजी ना आई कैन डू अ लॉट ऑफ so आमे डांस करि परने बर्तन डांस मूवमेंट सिखे पय बहुत टीचर्स अछंती एंड बहुत सहज रे समान डांस स्टेप्स टाको सिखै दियंते आपन को आपण भाबे वाओ मु भाबुतिले बहुत डिफिकल्ट contrary to the perception dance is very good जेमति आपण गोटे एग्जांपल देबी लाइक आपण भाबुछन समस्त कोन एवरीबॉडी गोविंद सर जय सर बादल सर लाइक सत्य सर मंदाकिन मैम एवरीबॉडी यू थिंक दैट स्पोकन इंग्लिश इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट तो मु कोन कहबी contrary to the perception spoken english is the easiest foreign language as compared to other languages so like that okay so it's very easier अपन टिके be in the process से टिके चलंतु obviously you can speak english everybody okay the sixth one and last one for today call the shot calls the shot you can find it one of the interesting I mean expression for today this is called calls the shot so call the shots means to take all important decision to take all important decisions so take an example of a family suppose Badal sir is or Jay sir or Gobind sir or Mandakin mama Satyavrata whoever you are right before me suppose you are the headman or you are the main member you can say you are the leader of your family so who calls the shots you call the shots means you take a lot of decision suppose Rohit Sharma is the captain of Indian cricket team so who is calling shots on the he is calling or he calls shots in the ground रे जहा important decision होबो किए नउची ना रोहित शर्मा नउची so Rohit Sharma calls the shots are you getting my point so let me give another example suppose आपण देखुछन गोटे organization take the example of Infosys and there is a guy suppose Narayan Krishnamurthy who built Infosys so who calls the shot Narayan Krishnamurthy calls the shots suppose आपण take up my company so who calls that I call the shots that means I take all the important decision so like that so you can say Rohit Sharma calls the stars in the Indian cricket team? My boss calls the shots in a company. Amar jo company achi mo boss. So call the shots means to take all important decision. He is the decision maker. He takes a lot of decision. So that is something called calls the shots. Now it's clear to everybody? Yes or no? Clear? Yes? Govind
Yes, sir.
sir, Jai sir, everybody? Mandakini ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
take a
sir.
screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Take a screenshot. Okay, so this is all about the six. Today also, I mean, next time we'll continue some other expressions also. So what exactly you understand? What exactly you understand? So to describe a particular situation, you don't need translation. Translation କରିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଲେ ଏବେ translation ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. You don't require translation to speak English. ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଲେ lot of things I've given you. ଆପଣ daily basis ରେ ଯେମିତି ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ମୁଁ କହିଛି ନା ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ situation ର ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ expression ଅଛି. ଆପଣ ସେ expression ମନେ ରଖନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ ଇଂଲିଶ କହିବେ, ଆପଣ translation କରିବା କ'ଣ ଦରକାର? While go for translation and losing your patience, making 100 mistakes. Translation କରୁଥିବେ collocation ରେ 1000 mistake ହେଇଯିବ. Translation କରୁଥିବେ ହଠାତ୍ ଆସିବନି, then you will be a laughing stock. People will laugh at you. This guy doesn't know English. So if I follow the old traditional pattern, don't follow it. ଗୋଟେ ସମୟରେ ଆପଣ follow କରୁଥିଲେ, that is for sure. But these days, don't follow translation. ଆପଣ ଯେକୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ନେଟିଭ ସ୍ପିକର କୁ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ, ସେମାନେ ବି ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ ଏଗେନଷ୍ଟ ରେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ବହୁତ ଗୋଟେ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲ ଓଡିଆରେ ମାନେ ବାହାରିଛି, ଆପଣ ସେମାନେ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି. ଇଂଲିଶ କହିବାର ଅଛି, ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ସେଠାକୁ ଯାଉଛି, ଆଇ ଆମ୍ ଗୋଇଂ ଦେୟାର, ତାଙ୍କ ଜୀବନରେ ସେ ନିଜେ ଇଂଲିଶ କହିପାରିବେନି. ବିଲିଭ୍ ମି ସାର୍, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ନଟ୍ ମକିଂ ଆଟ୍ ଏନିବଡି, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଟେଲିଂ ଦ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ. ଦେ ଆର୍ ସ୍ପଏଲିଂ ଦ ୟୁଥ ପପୁଲେସନ ଅଫ ଓଡିଶା. ସେମାନେ ନା ନିଜେ ଇଂଲିଶ କହିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି, ନା ଅନ୍ୟକୁ କୁହାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି. So I always tell the fact. Please accept it, follow it. I am sure you can speak English. ମୋ ଜର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଟାକୁ ମୁଁ ଆଗରେ ରଖୁଛି. whatever I used in my life, I am telling the same things. ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଇଂଲିଶ କହିବାର ଅଛି, forget translation. Use the situation. ଏଇ ସିଚୁଏସନ ରେ ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଲି, flee, ପଳେଇବା. ପଳେଇବା ତ କ'ଣ, ଲେଫ୍ଟ ମାନେ ଅଛି, ଆଜି ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ବାବା ଆଜି ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ. ମାଇ ଫାଦର ହାଜ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ଫର ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ. ଆମେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଆଜି ପଳେଇବି, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଲିଭିଂ ଫର ଟୁଡେ. ଏଇଟା ଲିଭ୍ କହିଲେ, ଡ୍ରାଇଭରଟା ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ କରି ପଳେଇଲା, ତାହେଲେ ଏଠି କେବେ ଲିଭ୍ କହିବେ? ନାଇଁ, ସେଠି କେବେ ଫ୍ଲି. ତାମାନେ ଲୁଚିକି ପଳେଇ ଯିବାକୁ ଫ୍ଲି କୁହାଯାଏ. ଗୋଟେ ଝିଅ ଗୋଟେ ପୁଅ ଲୁଚିକି କୁଆଡେ ବାହାଘର ହବା ପାଇଁ ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ ଇଲପ୍. ତିନିଟା ୱାର୍ଡ କହିସାରିଲେଣି ଏଇଠି ଆପଣ. ତ ଆପଣ କହିବେ ସାର୍ ପଳେଇ ଯିବା ମାନେ ଲିଭ୍, ତ ସେଇଠି ଆପଣ ଭୁଲ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ଟ୍ରାଇ ଟୁ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡ ମାଇ ପଏଣ୍ଟ. ତିନିଟା ୱାର୍ଡ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସିଚୁଏସନ ରେ ଇଂଲିଶ ଅଛି. ଆମ ଓଡିଆରେ ସବୁ, ସିଏ ପଳେଇ ଗଲା, ଡ୍ରାଇଭର ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ବାବା ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ସବୁ ପଳେଇ ଗଲେ, ଆମର ଗୋଟିଏ ୱାର୍ଡରେ ସବୁ ସରିଗଲା, ଓଡିଆ ସରିଗଲା. କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ ପଳେଇ ଯିବା ସିଚୁଏସନ ଟାକୁ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ଆମେ ତିନିଟା ୱେରେ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ଯଦି ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର ଜାଗାଟା, ସପୋଜ ମୁଁ ଆଜି ମୁମ୍ବାଇ ଯାଉଛି, ମୁଁ କ'ଣ କହିବି? ହାଇ ଗାଇସ୍, ଟୁମୋରୋ ଆଇ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ଟେକ୍ ୟୋର କ୍ଲାସ, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଲିଭିଂ ଫର ମୁମ୍ବାଇ ଟୁଡେ. ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ପଜିଟିଭ ଥିଙ୍ଗସ, ଏଠି ଲୁଚାଚୋରା କିଛି କଥା ନାହିଁ, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଉଛି, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଲିଭିଂ ଫର ମୁମ୍ବାଇ ଟୁମୋରୋ. ସୋ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ, ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ ହଉଛି. ଗୋଟେ ଚୋରୁଟେ ପଳେଇଗଲା, ତ ସିଏ କ'ଣ କଲା? ଲୁଚିକି ପଳେଇଗଲା. ବା ଗୋଟେ ଡ୍ରାଇଭରଟା ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛି, ତ ସେଇଟା କହିଲେ ଫ୍ଲି, ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଥିଲି, ଫ୍ଲି, ଫ୍ଲେଡ୍, ଫ୍ଲେଡ୍. ସେମିତି ଆଜିକା ସମାଜରେ ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ପୁଅ ଝିଅ ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ଦ୍ୟାଟ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ ଇଲପ୍. ସେମିତି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖିକି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ଦୌଡ଼ିକି ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛି, ଦ୍ୟାଟ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ ରନ୍ ଆୱେ. ତ ଗୋଟେ ସିଚୁଏସନ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଭେରିୟସ୍ I mean vocabs, that is called spoken English, my friend. ଆପଣ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ କରୁଥିବେ, ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ହିଁ ରହିଥିବେ. So change your mindset and speak English. That is the message from my side. Any more question?